things have taken a serious turn in Atlanta. Rasheeda just found out her husband, Kirk Frost, wasn't just unfaithful again. This time, it was with Carly Red. Yes, that Carly. And the worst part? It all came out on camera. This wasn't some rumor whispered behind the scenes. It happened right in front of everyone. No warning, no script, just raw truth. Kirk, who's already messed up more than most husbands ever get the chance to, admitted it all on set. And it wasn't with some unknown woman from the internet. It was someone Rasheeda's known, argued with, worked alongside, and shared scenes with for over a decade. Rasheeda didn't scream. She didn't break down. She just sat there completely quiet. The kind of quiet that cuts deeper than shouting ever could. One single tear slid down her face, and it was like the air got sucked out of the room. What started as a simple dinner scene turned into something no one expected. They were filming in a private lounge in Midtown. Candles lit, drinks poured, chill music playing. Everyone figured it'd be just another dramatic night, but nothing major. Rasheeda walked in like a boss, hair done, outfit flawless, confident energy. She looked ready for whatever, completely unaware of what was coming her way. Kirk was already seated, looking tense and jumpy. He couldn't keep still, and he wouldn't meet her eyes. Carly was there too, sipping on her drink, laughing at random things, not realizing her world was about to explode. At first, everything seemed normal. Small talk, makeup talk, laughs. Then Kirk leaned forward. The mood changed instantly. He looked at Rasheeda and said he needed to say something. She stared back, confused but calm. "What now, Kirk?" she asked. He took a breath. Then came the words no one expected. "Back when we were separated, something happened. I'm not proud of it. I didn't plan for this to come out here. But it was Carly." The room froze. Rasheeda didn't even blink. Carly stopped drinking mid-sip. Everyone just sat still, stunned. You could literally hear background noise from the equipment. It was that quiet. Rasheeda whispered, "You said what?" But it wasn't really a question. Kirk stared down at the table. "It was a mistake. I wasn't thinking straight. But it happened," he said. Carly went pale. Her hands were trembling as she slowly set her glass down. She didn't say a word. No excuses, no lies, just shock. She looked like she'd been hit with something heavy. The rest of the cast didn't say anything either. Spice, Bambi, Scrappy, they were frozen, wide-eyed, trying to process what they just heard. You could feel the tension in the air. The cameras didn't stop rolling. The producers knew this moment was huge. All attention was on Rasheeda. But she didn't react the way people expected. No throwing things, no yelling. She stayed silent, eyes locked on Kirk, until a single tear ran down her cheek. That was it. She stood up, kept her head high, and walked out without another word. The silence she left behind said everything. Carly dropped her face into her hands. Kirk leaned forward, looking like everything just hit him at once. The whole thing felt real, painful, and completely unfiltered. Backstage was total chaos. Rasheeda didn't storm off the set completely. She went straight to her dressing room, slammed the door, and shouted so loud the hallway lights shook. Producers tried to calm her down, but she wasn't having it. "Come near me, and I swear I'll tear this whole thing apart," she yelled. But she wasn't crying anymore. She was thinking. She picked up her phone and started looking through old messages, Instagram stories, and things she had ignored before. That spa day Carly canceled last minute? Kirk said he had a meeting that same afternoon. But then, Carly posted a photo in a spa robe, and Kirk posted a glass of champagne and his watch. Same background, same time. Then she remembered a screenshot one of her girls sent her months ago. Kirk and Carly walking into a building together. She brushed it off back then. But now it all connected. Soon after, the internet blew up. A burner account dropped screenshots of old DMs between Kirk and Carly. They weren't perfectly clear, but they sounded real. One message said, "You really pretending last night didn't happen?" And Kirk's reply read, "You were crying in my bed talking about how Rasheeda doesn't understand you." That was all it took. Social media exploded. Memes flooded timelines. One showed Carly as a snake. Another had Kirk holding a trophy labeled Most Unfaithful, 13 Seasons Strong. Jocelyn Hernandez even reposted the dinner scene with the caption, "This the mess I left behind." Bambi went live on Instagram looking camera ready and said, "I told Rasheeda a long time ago, Carly doesn't care about anybody's relationship." Spice tweeted, "And here I was thinking it couldn't get worse." Carly tried doing damage control. She sent out messages saying Kirk told her he and Rasheeda were over, that she wasn't sneaking behind anyone's back because she thought it was done. But there was no proof, just her words. Meanwhile, Rasheeda didn't stay quiet. She went live the next morning, looking refreshed and sipping coffee. No tears, no shaky voice, just calm strength. She looked straight into the camera and said, "Loyalty means something when it's tested. That's when you find out who's really for you. I'm not here to break down. I'm here to wake up." The comments went wild. People flooded her live with support. "You're the storyline now. Build something new. You deserve better." This is how queens handle betrayal. Kirk was spotted that night at Frost Bistro, sitting alone in dark sunglasses, trying to smile for fans, but it was obvious. He looked drained and guilty. And Carly? She vanished from the internet until she didn't. A private message leaked online showing Carly pleading with Mona Scott not to include the scene in the final cut. She said it would ruin her reputation. But one of the producers reportedly laughed and said, "What reputation?" Chaos Collection by Carly. Mona didn't change her mind. "You signed the papers. This is the story," she told her. That's when Carly completely spiraled. She unfollowed half the cast, started throwing subtle jabs at Rasheeda online, and even posted an old scene where Rasheeda was yelling at Kirk, captioning it, "It's always been broken. Don't blame me for the cracks." At that point, even her last few defenders went silent. Fans were fed up. A few of them even launched a GoFundMe titled "Free Rasheeda from Kirk." The memes got louder and turned into something bigger. Edits of Rasheeda's single tear were set to church music on TikTok. Others recorded themselves burning fake Frost Bistro menus. But while the internet reacted, Rasheeda was staying quiet and focused. She wasn't just upset behind the scenes. She was making moves. Word started spreading that she had brought in a private investigator. She was gathering real evidence, screenshots, voicemails, even camera footage, to piece together the truth. And she wasn't collecting receipts for the drama. She was planning something serious. Her silence was different now. It wasn't the kind that means someone's falling apart. It was the kind that means someone's plotting. She wasn't checking Kirk's phone or crying in bed. She was preparing, calmly and carefully. That quiet presence of hers felt heavy. People in Atlanta could feel the shift. Meanwhile, Carly wasn't handling the backlash well. After a short disappearance from social media, she resurfaced on her podcast. Not many people listened to it before, and this episode didn't help. She cried, pointed fingers, and tried to spin the story. "I made a mistake," she said, "but Kirk is a grown man. He knew what he was doing. I didn't break anything that wasn't already broken." That line alone had people talking. Kirk wasn't holding it together either. Rumors spread that he hadn't gone back home since the dinner scene aired. He was supposedly crashing at a friend's condo, too embarrassed to face Rasheeda or be seen in public. Staff at Frost Bistro said he looked a mess. Puffy eyes, scruffy beard, mumbling to himself in the kitchen like a man who knew he ruined everything for nothing. But Rasheeda was operating on a whole different level. Cameras caught her walking into a VH1 building, looking polished and powerful. She wasn't alone. Her manager, lawyer, and a private investigator were right behind her. Word is, she had a folder full of solid proof, not just messages or blurry screenshots, real evidence, enough to burn every excuse to the ground. Some insiders whispered she wasn't just presenting receipts, she might have been pitching a brand new show, one with a personal edge. The rumored name: Boss Up, Rasheeda's Revenge. Then things got messier. A new name popped up: Nyla. She was a young production assistant, only 24, who had been quietly working behind the scenes for 2 seasons. Most of the cast barely noticed her, until now. Crew members started speaking up, saying Kirk had been a little too friendly with her for a while. At first, people brushed it off. But then someone saw them together at one of Mona Scott's private parties. Witnesses said Kirk had his hand on her leg, whispering in her ear. The two reportedly left together that night. It all seemed like gossip, until Kirk made a careless mistake. One night at Frost Bistro, after drinking too much, he left behind a second phone. A bartender turned it in. The lock screen, a mirror selfie of Nyla wearing Kirk's chain, clearly inside his bedroom. That phone ended up in Rasheeda's hands. She didn't yell, she didn't call him, she simply took a screenshot, saved it in a private group chat labeled documented trash, and moved forward. She wasn't dealing with heartbreak anymore. This was public shame, and she was done playing nice. At the next cast meeting for the reunion show, Rasheeda arrived last. She didn't sneak in quietly. She made an entrance, makeup flawless, outfit sharp, energy locked in. The room tensed immediately. Carly was already there, trying to hold herself together. Kirk looked completely drained. Spice sat near the middle, sunglasses on, calmly sipping her drink, clearly waiting for the drama to unfold. As soon as Rasheeda sat down, everyone felt the pressure shift. Carly opened her mouth to say something, but Rasheeda raised her hand. "Don't." That one word shut everything down. Then she spoke, steady and clear. "We shared rooms, shared scenes, shared laughs. You smiled in my face. You sat at my table. You hugged my child. And the whole time, you were sleeping with my husband?" Carly's eyes filled with tears. "It wasn't like that," she tried to say. Rasheeda cut her off. "Whatever it was, it's done now." Spice couldn't help it. She muttered, "Yikes," into her drink, quietly soaking in every second. Kirk tried to speak next. His voice cracked. "Rasheeda, please, I messed up." That's when she finally snapped. "You didn't accidentally end up in bed with 2 different women, Kirk. You made choices." Carly stood up, crying now. "I never meant to hurt you," she said. Rasheeda turned to her with a look so sharp it could cut glass. "You weren't thinking about me, or anyone else but yourself." That stare between them instantly became a viral meme, and just when people thought it couldn't get more intense, things escalated. Later that night, security footage from Rasheeda's house surfaced online. It showed Kirk stumbling into the house at 3:13 a.m., clearly drunk, shirt half open, completely alone. Rasheeda had installed cameras months ago without telling him, and now she handed the footage straight to VH1. The reunion special was starting to look like it might break records. Mona Scott wasn't trying to calm anything down. She added more security, 3 guards for every segment, and insisted Rasheeda, Carly, and Kirk all appear on stage together. No edits, no cuts, just everything out in the open. Carly thought she could twist the narrative, but what she ended up doing was pouring gasoline on a fire that was already out of control. With the heat mounting, she went live on Instagram, angry, defensive, a little unhinged, and clearly not sober. "Y'all gonna act like I'm the only one out here doing wrong?" she said, pacing, ranting, barely looking into the camera. "I'm not the one who chased. Kirk came to me. He knew what he was doing. I didn't seduce anybody." She didn't stop there. She threw out another grenade. A married male cast member had been in her DMs too. "Should I drop the receipts? Because I got them. Call me the villain, fine, but I wasn't chasing nobody. They were chasing me." The internet snapped back hard. People flooded the comments. "You didn't seduce? Girl, betrayal is your brand. Every time Carly talks, someone's marriage dies. Where's the skincare line that clears betrayal?" Even her loyal followers were quiet. She had no one left to defend her. Then came the boycott. Rasheeda's fans launched a full campaign against Frost Bistro. Yelp turned into a war zone. Reviews read like journals from the betrayed. Shrimp and grits slapped, but not enough to overlook cheating. Great food. Shame about the marriage. The hashtag # blocked like Rasheeda was suddenly everywhere. TikTok creators used it to show how they blocked exes on Instagram, on iPhones, even on Cash App. The energy was savage but empowering. Old brand partners started reaching out to Rasheeda again, some of whom had gone cold when things got messy. One sent her a message that said, "You don't need him. You just need the glow." That glow up was now a movement. Kirk vanished. No new posts, no statements. Just one accidental like on a model's photo that sent the internet into chaos. Carly kept pretending everything was fine, posting fashion content and videos about staying classy in chaos. But the comments weren't buying it. "This ain't class, sis. This is chaos couture. Delete your account? Keep the heels." Rasheeda didn't need to say much. She was working on something bigger. Word spread that she was filming a tell-all video. Full production, with lights, glam, stylists, and editors. This wasn't a cry for sympathy. This was for every woman who had ever been humiliated in silence. She was taking back the narrative, but doing it her way. Then came the reunion taping. Phones confiscated, cast split into separate rooms, security on high alert, NDAs signed so tight that even whispering outside the set was risky. Rasheeda walked in last. No words, just presence. Her entrance changed the temperature in the room. Carly was already seated, visibly nervous. Kirk looked like he hadn't slept in days. Even the usually loud castmates stayed quiet. Mona Scott didn't waste time. "Do you regret anything?" Rasheeda nodded slowly, then spoke, calm and controlled. "I regret not seeing it sooner. I regret giving grace to people who didn't deserve it. But I don't regret walking away. Not anymore." And then, she pulled out an iPad. She tapped the screen once. A voice note played through the speakers. Kirk's voice, laughing, comfortable. "Don't worry, she'll never find out. She trusts me too much." Carly's voice chimed in, soft and smug. "So we're good to build the studio?" Kirk again. "Yeah, Rasheeda always forgives. That's why I picked you." The room fell silent. Carly's face turned white. Kirk stopped blinking. Rasheeda just smiled. The audio finished, and Rasheeda put the iPad back in her bag like she had just closed a business deal. "Any response?" Mona asked. Kirk leaned in, voice shaky. You didn't mean to book hotel rooms under fake names," Rasheeda cut in. "You didn't mean to bring that girl into my kids' lives," Carly tried to chime in. "He told me y'all were separated." Rasheeda turned to her sharply. "You knew exactly what you were doing." No one else had anything to say. The entire cast just watched. "You didn't make a mistake," Rasheeda said to both of them. "You made decisions, repeatedly. The only thing you regret is that I caught you." Mona leaned forward. "So, what now?" Rasheeda didn't blink. "I already filed. Divorce papers were sent yesterday. I'm not looking for closure. I'm moving without him." Gasps echoed in the room. Kirk's voice cracked. "You're serious?" "I was serious the first time. The second time. This time, I'm gone." Then she stood. Heels clicked like punctuation. Every step said, "I'm not broken. I'm done." "You want a finale? There it is. Air the voice note. I've got a new life to live. I won't be your storyline anymore." And she walked out. The production crew clapped, not just for the drama, because they saw a woman take back her power. Carly stayed seated, stunned. Kirk didn't say another word. The reunion taping ended earlier than expected. But the internet lit up in seconds. The voice note leaked almost immediately. TikTok edits synced it with Beyoncé tracks. Rasheeda's walk-off became a trending moment. Memes, reaction videos, and duets flooded every platform. Even celebrities chimed in. Zendaya reposted a Rasheeda meme with the caption, "This is how you exit." Keke Palmer tweeted, "Sis had receipts and peace. Icon behavior." Carly tried to do damage control with another podcast episode. No makeup, serious tone, blaming Kirk. Again. "I was used," she claimed, but no one bought it. Comments dragged her. "You and accountability haven't met." Homewrecker Red became the unofficial name for her lip gloss line. Sales tanked. Her follower count dropped 200,000 in a week. Kirk fully disappeared. Not a peep. Frost Bistro shut down for renovations. TMZ caught him looking rough outside the courthouse, holding a manila envelope. "Any message for Rasheeda?" they asked. He said nothing, just walked away. Meanwhile, Rasheeda soared. VH1 greenlit her spinoff in less than 48 hours. Working title, Boss Up. The show would follow her rebuilding her brand, mentoring women, and rewriting her future. Guests included Yandy, Sierra, and Kandi Burruss. The teaser dropped within a month. Rasheeda entered her boutique, slow-mo. Voiceover. "When they tried to break me, I built something instead." Final scene, her reunion chair moment. Same outfit, same iPad, same calm. Caption, "You only get one Rasheeda, and you fumbled her." It broke VH1's pre-stream records. OWN Network even issued a public invite. When Rasheeda's ready for a new platform, we're ready for her. Carly scrambled to revive her YouTube. Bad lighting, worse message. "Y'all don't know what I've been through." Top comment, "You caused what she went through." She deleted it in under 3 hours. Kirk resurfaced once. One post, a black and white selfie. Caption, "Growth comes through fire." Comments, "You still burning." Did Carly write this? This ain't a rap album, bro. Then came love and hip hop. Fallout. A reunion special with every cast member, except Rasheeda. She sent a video instead, dressed in white, hair slicked back, calm, collected, whole. To the fans, Thank you. What you saw was real pain. What's coming next is real power. I'm not stuck in the past. I'm standing in the present. And I love who I've become. Her final words, to every woman choosing herself, this is for you. The cast clapped. Mona wiped a tear. Kirk walked out before the credits even rolled. The final shot. Rasheeda laughing in her boutique, champagne in hand, surrounded by love, life moving forward, no looking back.